Belur is a town in the Hassan district of Karnataka. It is located around 40 kilometers from Hassan and 220 kilometers from Bangalore. Belur was an early capital of the Hoysalas who ruled large parts of Karnataka between the 10th to 14th century AD. Then it was known as Velapur or Velur. The Hoysalas were renowned for building many temples across Karnataka. One of their masterpiece temples is the Chennakeshava temple at Belur. It was built by the Hoysala king Vishnuvardhana. He was originally a follower of Jainism and his previous name was Bitti Deva. Influenced by the Hindu philosopher Ramanujacharya, he converted to Hinduism, specifically Vaishnavism, which practiced worship of Vishnu. He also changed his name to Vishnuvardhana, meaning one who enhances the name of Vishnu. Vishnuvardhana defeated the Chola viceroy of Talakkad. On his return to his capital Belur, he commissioned a temple in 1117 AD on the banks of river Yagachi with Vijayanarayana, meaning victorious Vishnu, as the deity. This temple later came to be known as Chennakeshava temple. His wife Shantala commissioned a smaller temple, then known as the Chennakeshava temple, which is in the same complex. It is now known as the Kappe Chennigaraya temple. These temples have been modified and other structures added within the complex by subsequent rulers. The Chennakeshava temple is enclosed within a walled complex and stands inside a court that measures 444 into 396 feet. The complex is entered through the east. The main entrance or the Mahadwara has a gopura that was added during the Vijayanagara period. Within this complex, there are many temples, minor shrines, mantapas or halls, subsidiary buildings, and a temple tank. This video will cover the salient features of the main temple within the complex, which is the Chennakeshava temple. Before we proceed further, if you are someone who enjoys videos on temple architecture, do consider subscribing to my channel. Also check out the other videos on Hoysala temples on my channel. This is the floor plan of the temple. The temple faces east and measures 178 into 156 feet. It is built on a platform that is around 3 feet in height. It has a Garbhagriha, sanctum, an Antarala, vestibule, and a Navaranga or hall, with entrances from 3 directions: east, north, and south. Around the 3 entrances of the temple, both at the lower level and at the platform level, there are 2 finely worked pavilions with various deities enshrined in them. The upper ones have figures of Vishnu as a rule. The lower ones have various other deities. These are the features you should note outside the doors of the 3 entrances. Just before the door, on either side, there is the Hoysala emblem that shows warrior Sala, the ancestor of Hoysalas, killing a tiger. The east entrance door jambs have 2 Dwarapalas on either side, along with Manmatha and his wife Rati. The pediment has a figure of Garuda flanked by mythical creatures known as Makaras on both sides. Above, there is an image of Narasimha killing Hiranyakashipu. The south entrance door jambs have Hanuman and Garuda. The pediment depicts Vishnu in his Varaha avatar killing demon Hiranyaksha. The north entrance door jambs have female fan bearers. The pediment has an image of Keshava. Beginning on either side of the east entrance, there is a parapet that proceeds both sides to the north and to the south entrances and extends till the vestibule of the temple. The parapet has the following horizontal friezes from below up: elephants, beadwork interspersed with simhalalatas, the lion heads, scroll work with figures in between, beadwork, small figures in ornamental niches interspersed with sitting yaksha figures, finely carved figures, mostly females, between small pillars, beadwork with a thick creeper with the upper slope adorned with miniature towers interspersed with lions and tiny figures, a rail containing various deities, human figures, and erotic carvings between double columns. The railing on the right side of the east entrance depicts the story of Mahabharata up to the Salya Parva. Above the parapet, there are pierced stone windows. There are 20 such stone windows or screens, 10 to the right of the east entrance and 10 to the left of the east entrance. 10 of them depict various scenes from Puranas and Hoysala codes, while 10 have various geometric patterns. The pillars at the sides of the screen on their top have bracket figures that stretch between the pillar and the eaves. These bracket figures are known as Madanikas or Shalabanjikas. Once there were 40 of them, now only 38 remain. 2 of these represent Durga, 3 show huntresses, rest show female figures dressing or decorating themselves, dancers in various Abhinaya mudras, musicians, a woman with a pet parrot, and men making music. Beyond the railed parapet, the walls have large sculptures, 80 in number. Vishnu is shown in 32 panels, avatars of Vishnu in 9, Shiva in 4 panels, Bhairava in 2, various forms of Parvati in 5 panels, Harihara in 2, and 1 each of Manmatarati, Ganesha, Brahma, Saraswati, Garuda, and Chandra. The other major large sculptures include Ravana lifting Kailasa, Arjuna shooting Matsyayantra, Daksha, Bali, and Shukracharya. Between these large sculptures, in the three cardinal directions, there are double-storied, chariot-like niches which were attached to the outer wall at a later date. They contain various carvings on their outer walls and deities inside. Opposite to these chariot-like niches, there are three pavilions with different deities. The temple once used to have a tall tower over the sanctum, but it was repeatedly damaged. In the restoration work that happened in the 19th century, it was decided to leave the temple without the tower. The Navaranga or hall can be entered from three directions. Just after the entrances, you will see raised verandas on either side. The hall has many pillars, around 48 in number. They are of three different sizes. The four central pillars were added during the Vijayanagara period. They are of similar designs. All the other pillars have unique designs. There are two pillars in the Navaranga that are considered special. One is known as the Narasimha pillar, which originally used to rotate, but now it is fixed. It has fine figures from top to bottom. Another pillar to the right of the sanctum is known as the Mohini pillar. It has a large female figure which is Mohini, the female avatar of Vishnu. It also has 8 vertical bands with carvings including those of Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, the 10 avatars of Vishnu, Ashtadikpalakas, the guardian gods of the 8 directions, and mythical animals with the body of a lion but the face of other wild animals. The 4 central pillars support a large dome ceiling that is intricately carved. There are 4 Madanikas at the top of these pillars. The pediment of the vestibule has Lakshmi Narayana. It also has filigree work with makaras on which are mounted rain god Varuna with his consort. The sanctum has an idol of Chennakeshava, who was originally known as Vijayanarayana. It is 6 feet in height and standing on a pedestal of 3 feet height.